And welcome back to Happy Valley. This is the Hong Kong Football Club, Citi Soccer Sevens. We're going into now the Masters Cup knockout competition. The first game up will be the Wallsend Boys Cup from Newcastle in the northeast of England against the Nottingham Forest Mobsters, a team of former Nottingham Forest and other guest players that have made a fairly regular visit to this competition. Mobsters were semi-finalists in both 2012 and 2014. The Wallsend Boys Club have progressed one stage further to the final in 2015 and last year in 2017. And that's the lineup for the Wallsend Boys Club. Cristiano Cadero, a well-known name in local football, is the coach of Kitchee, but also a former international here. And that is the Nottingham Forest Mobsters. Paul McKenna scored yesterday, and Sean Derry very influential in the midfield. Forest will be playing in their red kit as we see them walk out onto the pitch. And Wallsend, Neil, a team very close to your heart as you come from that part of the country.
Yes, as a fellow Geordie and somebody that's been involved with them coming to Hong Kong for a long time. Very proud to see them in the Cup semi-final. Of course, they'll be looking to go one better than last year. They got beat by the City All-Stars in the final. Cristian Cordero hit the bar with the last effort of the game, lost 3-2. And maybe one factor today, Peter. Wallsend played in the heat yesterday in the sun, whereas Forest played later in the afternoon, the early evening. And wonder if Forest have got the legs because of that, or whether the sun will affect them. We'll see.
So, Wallsend get us underway. All Alpha with the kickoff. The temperature has now got very high. Alcantara, another well-known name in Hong Kong football. He's played in the Hong Kong Premier League for many years. A natural goal scorer. Makes a big difference to any team that has him in the lineup. And it is Alcantara. So they go back to Cadero. Being chased down. Steve Howie, former Newcastle United player. Cadero. Hi, Phil. Forest get their first touch. This game's now being played in brilliant sunshine. In goal for Nottingham Forest, Kevin Pilkington. He had the start of his career at Manchester United. Played for Nottingham Forest rivals Notts County for many years. Wallsend nicking the ball back. Just over here. Forest will take the throw. Derry is robbed. Hi, Phil. Showed a little bit too much of that to Derry. Alcantara Hi Phil, left foot, through the legs of Pilkington. 1-0 to the Wallsend Boys Club. Paul O'Phil opening the scoring.
Paul O'Phil showed he was deadly from there yesterday. It's his favoured left side. Alcantara, though, a lovely little drag back, just pulled the ball away. 1-0, 2.5 minutes gone. Good start from Wallsend.
John Fawcett gets this going again. Thompson. Derry. Back in possession. Howie. Kantara all the way back to Rudin Hollander. Their goal. Kantara receives it once more. This will be a Forest throw. It's taken. Ball out once more for a throw in. Some movement up front for Forest. Finally back in play. Out wide to Derry. Slows down by O'Phil. Thompson. Brennan. Kenner. Derry's made the run. Couldn't get anything on the shot. Easily dealt with by Wallsend. Cavella comes away. Alcantara. Got one man up in front of him. Elects to turn back. Cavella gets the return. Overlapping is Cordero. Numbers back for Nottingham.
Shout for a penalty there.
Waved away by referee Martin Atkinson. Fawcett's up on his own. Ball was a little bit too short. Possession returned to Wallsend. Steve Harry out to Chun. Alcantara. Nice flick from him, but no meeting of the minds there. Thompson.
Took that very well, didn't he? That was not an easy ball to take.
Yes, McKenna getting some work to do. Ball out wide is cut out by Man Chun Chun. Kantara against Sean Derry. Derry coming off best on that one and giving away the throw in. Cavella. It's for Newcastle Jets, who this morning progressed to the plate semi-final. Nicely done by Derry. Back to Pilkington. So Wallsend 1-0 ahead. Phil reading that, just taking it off the toe of Thompson. Cordero. Gone for the return ball. Pilkington out smartly. Just doing enough. As the referee blows his whistle for the end of the 7 minutes. The Masters grateful for the break, which sees Wallsend leading 1-0 against the Nottingham Forest Mobsters, and on the balance of play, worth their lead. But I don't think Nottingham Forest have too much of a goal threat. That's their problem.
Not at the moment. Got Jamal Campbell-Rice on the bench. Maybe he's injured, not sure. It does take its toll over a Sevens weekend, of course. This is the goal. And that's what Paul Eiffel does best, Peter. He comes in from the left side. He doesn't need a touch. And I saw him in training on Thursday, and he can hit a ball hard. In that case, it was just placed nicely, set up by Alcantara, of course. And Alcantara, like Cordero, Manchun-Chan, very comfortable playing in these temperatures. Play week in, week out. And possibly Tony Seeley with more options on the bench than what Nottingham Forest have as well.
These Masters teams are all allowed 11 players, 5 of which are permissible to be the ages between 35 and 40. And the rest of the team, the other 6 players, to be above 40 years old. And if you do have a plus 40-year-old goalkeeper, that can give you 5 out of 6 outfield players between the ages of 35 and 40. And that's some considerable difference if you're playing against older players. And Jamal Campbell-Rice has indeed come on. Fawcett has gone off. Udin Hollander in goal for the Wallsend Boys Club. He's a former winner of this, having represented the Ajax All-Stars. Played in goal for them as Highfield. Flicks the ball through. Man, forced away. Cavella. He's looking to shape for a shot. Just over the top. Goalkeeper didn't get a touch on that.
Yeah, he's pacey, Caravella. Just 35 years old. He'll be disappointed not to hit the target though there. Certainly got the better of his man.
Brennan. It's good backtracking. Here's Cavella. Manchun-Chan. Using his goalkeeper. Alcantara. Rice making sure Alcantara can't get that back. But Hollander does have options.
He does have options. And every time that Forest have started to advance... Oh,
that was poor. Campbell-Rice. Now the defence is back quickly, but Campbell-Rice still gets a shot off. Cordero positioned himself well. Mistake by the goalkeeper. McKenna trying to thread it through. Well, the defence getting Hollander out of jail there.
Wallsend created Forest's best chance so far, Peter.
Campbell-Rice electing to not go direct to goal, and that possibly cost him. Ball cleared away. Forest will get the throw in.
Forest have committed every man forward at the moment. They wouldn't want to lose the ball off.
Campbell-Rice being upended there. The referee has a word. Jamal Campbell-Rice, international with Jamaica. He's only 35, one of the younger players. Highfield, it's a clear run, but there is a player back. Goes for goal, just in the Nottingham Forest half, but can't direct it on target. Taken quickly by Pilkington to Derry. McKenna. Derry. Masters team's using all the pitch. Terry trying to go between two players. Cadero read that well.
Rosette, I think they call that one.
The racetrack around here.
I think it's actually on the road.
Campbell Rice, nicely done. All across the goal. Brennan, we've seen him over this weekend score with that left foot of his.
Fancied it, didn't he? It was a lovely little chip ball. Beat the both of them. Maybe the pullback was the option. Very easy to save from here, of course. Substitution for Wallsend. Eiffel gone off. John Watson on. And Kenneth Perez on as well. Got some pedigree here over the years. Scored some fabulous goals for Ajax.
Kenneth Perez, a former Danish international. Alcantara plays a deep lying role with Wallsend. Natural position is much more forward.
Forest need to get this ball though. Playing with a high line, susceptible to be caught on the break.
Flick on not coming off. And, time is running out for Forest. Brennan brings the ball forward. Campbell Rice. There's a player gone forward for him, and the ball is taken down brilliantly on the chest. Clint Hill, and just rolls the ball into the corner. The defence rather switched off and allowed Clint Hill to get behind them to score the equaliser.
Well, it was a lovely ball, but it was a great first touch. He still had a lot to do. Hollander came for the ball, gambled, didn't pay off. Just announced his retirement. I see yesterday, Clint Hill, from the professional football game. Sky Sports last night, I believe, in the UK.
He's had a long career, age 39. Too many players whose career lasts quite that long.
Still got it, Peter. He's just scored a good goal there. Game on now.
Yeah.
Wallsend need to be positive now, going forward.
Clint Hill definitely demonstrating his quality as Steve Howie brings the ball forward. Bypasses everybody with that. Cadero only half clears it. Campbell Rice, he can run at the defence. Cadero again, just half clearance. Still with Campbell Rice. He's waiting for support. Finally arrives, but he takes it himself and beats the goalkeeper at the near post. Jamal Campbell Rice makes it 2-1 to the Nottingham Forest Mobsters.
Well, from 1-0 down to 2-1, he was on his own up front. He had no support. What a great strike that is. Hollander beaten at the near post. What a turnaround.
And with only a few seconds remaining, Forest thumped the ball up pitch. Hollander head that forward with his cap on. Last throw of the dice now. Time is clicking down. We're getting very close to the end of the 14 minutes. And indeed, that is the end of the 14 minutes. And Martin Atkinson blows his whistle. The Nottingham Forest Mobsters, for their first visit to the final, progress against the Wallsend Boys Club, winning 2-1. Jamal Campbell Rice, who came on for the second half, and Clint Hill scoring the 2 goals that put them through against the Nottingham Forest, against the Wallsend Boys Club, last year's beaten finalists, who will now leave the tournament. They've acquitted themselves very, very well.
Campbell Rice, an excellent second half. Took that goal very, very well. We'll see Forest in the final later on. Maybe see Wallsend again next year.
So Citi All-Stars, that's their starting lineup. Lewis Boamorte, much of the game goes through them. And they will be playing Discovery Bay, who are the champions of the local Veterans League in the 11-a-side. Daniel Cortez, someone to look out for them, former player of the tournament. As we go into the second semi-final of the Masters Cup competition. Citi coming out in the all dark blue strip, playing against Discovery Bay in the light blue strip.
Discovery Bay surprise winners, some would think, against Wallsend Boys Club yesterday, 3-0. And that was the springboard to get them into this semi-final. They've got a couple of interesting players. Daniel Cortez, of course, former winner with USRC here. Very, very dangerous in front of goal. Good pace, good goalkeeper for Discovery Bay as well, from South China. A fascinating game ahead. Jamie Curtin for Citi, of course, scored all those goals last year. Still got a lot of pace. Looking forward to this game. Citi will be the favourites, but Discovery Bay will certainly give them a good game.
Discovery Bay are very, very competitive. They have a number of Brazilians in their team who are former professionals. Certainly make a difference. That man on the ball there, Poon, also himself a former professional here in Hong Kong. Played over 60 times for the Hong Kong national team. It's Compton. Back to Poon. Chuk, and that's a good ball from him. Cortez. Ball just pops up. Marvin Andrews in the way. McKnight couldn't keep that in, but Citi get back possession. Curtin. He has support. But wins the corner. Sheffrey will take it. All the way out to Boamorte. Gets him out well. Boamorte just a little bit slow there. Free gives the ball a free kick to Discovery Bay. Rather 50-50.
Boamorte seems to think it should have gone the other way.
He may have a point. Good. Early ball forward. And he's got in front of his man. That was Viana. But Boamorte's on the break. He's got Quirton on one side. He's gone the other way to Dans. He just rolls that past the post. Dans played 4 times for Guyana.
Oh, good counter-attack. Just wide of the post. I think the keeper might have got a hand to that if it had been on target. Good positive start of the game though, Peter.
Oliveira just finding Cortez. No one in the middle for him. Curtin. Second to that ball. Discovery Bay back in possession. Oliveira. It's gone for the return. It's found him. And over the top of Fetis and into the corner. Seems somewhat fortunate, but certainly a very positive start for Discovery Bay.
What a start for Discovery Bay, and they deserve it. Squirm past the goalkeeper, but that's 2 or 3 times they've threatened the goal. 1-0. All to do now for Citi All-Stars.
Bruno Oliveira opens the scoring. Citi trying to counteract that. Paul Crompton, who has been a significant part of the defence for Discovery Bay. Just slowing him down. Free kick given. Just come off the hand. Referee lets it be taken pretty quickly. That came on to Neil Dan's right foot, and he just could not direct that into the corner, just past the post.
Disappointed that he didn't score that. No one marking him. Should have at least warmed the goalkeeper's hands.
Cleared upfield. Lower Morte. That's the throw. Really even battle between those two, Morte and Cortez. Essentially the playmakers of each team. Andrews. Goal scorer himself yesterday, despite the fact he spends most of his time at centre-half. There's the overlap from Dans. Oliveira, the goal scorer, getting across, doing some defensive work. Set. Dans. It's come across. Burton not able to find the net that time, and a yellow card for Marvin Andrews, who very cynically took down Cortez. Being helped up by...
Well, he's absolutely clattered him, hasn't he? He knew what he was doing. Cortez was away.
Marvin Andrews knew potentially there was a break on, and didn't want to allow that to happen. He's usually the last man. Oliveira. Just down to McKnight. It's all the way back. Cortez. Well, winner Cortez with USRC. Ball out from Hove. This is Poon. Shot from him. Flashes across the goal. Alan Fetters looked like he had it covered. Cortez. Bayana. It's the overlap. Cortez won't get that. And Citi on the break. Jeffrey. And the 7 minutes is up. And Discovery Bay go in at the break, 1-0 to the good. And worthy of their lead, I would say.
Worthy of their lead. Fettis has just kept them in it, really. It's a good save just before the end of the half. 2-0 would have been very difficult to come back from, but we've just seen Gary McSheffrey there, just right at the end of the half, show some pace. But we haven't really seen him during the game so far. Maybe if it stretches out second half, I think Citi are going to have to just turn it up a notch now, try and get back into it.
Citi are the defending champions, and last year Jamie Curtin was really the difference between the two teams in the final. And in fact, during the whole tournament, Jamie Curtin was scoring in every game he played. But we haven't seen so much from him this time out.
The chances have fallen to Neil Dan's, and he hasn't really maximised that as yet.
Certainly defensively, Discovery Bay are extremely well organised. Don't allow breakaways, always have the last man.
Coached, of course, by Tim Bredbury. Played many times in the sevens. Many years ago in the Masters for the Lorenz All-Stars, and involved a number of teams around Hong Kong as a player and a manager. Coach.
As we look to get the second half underway. Discovery Bay protecting a slender 1-goal lead. 7 minutes for Citi All-Stars to do something about that. We're back underway. Early foul given away by Clear free. Referee wants to hurry up. Cortez. Rivera. All the way back to Hove. Eastern goalkeeper. Highly dealt with by Morte. Dion Burton is on for the All-Stars. Nice reverse pass from him. Morte just showed a little bit too much of that to the defence. Hove clears.
It's going to be a very, very tough second half for Discovery Bay if they keep knocking these long balls out. You would expect City would punish one of them. They need to try and keep the ball a little bit more.
But cross for Sean Davis. Second half substitutes combining. Back to Davis. Early ball in from him. Looking for Curtin. Keeper in the way. Poon up the middle. There's one man in support. The ball is good from him. McKnight. Back to number 2, Viana. He can only roll that ball past the goal. Clear shot of goal. 2-0 lead would be possibly too much for City to claw back as the clock goes down very quickly in sevens football. Cortez. And indeed it is now 2-0. Very well finished by Cortez into the corner.
Well, it was given away by Alan Fettis in the first place, and that's the last guy you would want to be on the end of it if you're City All-Stars. Great finish by Daniel Cortez. Pointing to his shirt there in memory of Robin Armstrong, sadly passed away this year. Heavily involved with Discovery Bay over the years.
Burton keeps possession. Closed down by Crompton. This is going again. He's on as a second half substitute. Mr. Gate just keeps that in. But Maritic gives away the corner.
Well, they need a response, Peter, and they need one quickly if they're going to defend their title.
Into the last 4 minutes. Bella Morte. He's tripped over, and it is Cortez. He has Crompton coming up in support. And it is Crompton onto his left foot. Tries to beat Fettis at the near post. No dice. Quickly back out. City are attacking. And that's onto Quirton's right foot. Just couldn't make the connection. Hove doesn't pick the ball up. Someone's going to need to go and make him. Curtin does. Cortez bundled over by Boa Morte. Gives away the free kick. Allows Discovery Bay just a few more moments, take their time off. No hurry to take the free kick. Curtin's going to make sure that Hove needs to get this out quickly. He scuffs his clearance. Somewhat fortunate with the bounce. Does give away a corner.
Not the easiest of balls from Daniel Cortez back to his goalkeeper there. I'm sure he won't thank him for that after the game.
Dealt with by Oliveira. Cortez can bring it out. City are chasing him down. Compton. They remain. Compton.
Team sheet, please. PlayonPros team sheet.
Poon.
PlayonPros team sheet.
Didn't need to give that away, did he? Didn't need to give that away. They were comfortable on the ball.
Some tired decision making from Poon, gives City the ball back. But unable to get on the end of that. Oliveira to Cortez, he disappears off into the corner. Compton's going across to the middle, but Cortez is happy just to make sure that possession is maintained. Oliveira. Might have been a trip there. Yes, says the referee. Just a little bit more accidental than deliberate, but the referee's awarded a free kick.
And with 1 minute remaining on the clock, he will make as much of that as he can.
City back in possession. The long ball forward. Curtin controls with his chest. Cannot get the ball out from under his feet though. Discovery Bay come away once more into the last minute. Currently leading 2-0, Discovery Bay. This being their throw in. This looks now a certain qualification for the final. A very accomplished display by Discovery Bay. Some big names in this City team, but Discovery Bay have been equal to everything thrown at them. Morte comes across, tries Burton, takes a couple of touches. Morte over the bar with his left foot, and that is indeed the final play of the game. The referee blows the whistle full time. And 2-0 winners, Discovery Bay, will now progress to the final of the Masters competition, where they will face the Nottingham Forest Mobsters.
Not the final that anybody would have predicted, Peter. Both City and Wallsend won their groups. Discovery Bay were always dark horses, having beaten Wallsend Boys Club yesterday, and they deserved that. They really did. And that sets up an intriguing Masters Cup final in this 2018 Hong Kong Football Club City Soccer Sevens. Stay tuned for that later in the day.
That's the lineup of games coming for you. Next game we have up is the first of the finals, which is the Masters Plate competition. The PlayonPros versus the SCC, that's the Singapore Cricket Club Masters. These two teams finished third in their group yesterday, and that's put them through to this final. Playon will be in the all-blue strip, and the Singapore Cricket Club yellow shirts and black shorts. And the PlayonPros are actually defending their trophy. They won the Masters Plate last year. And they have a pretty illustrious lineup of former professionals. There's David James, who's been surprisingly busy and has kept the PlayonPros in a number of games yesterday in the group stages. There's Wes Brown, his first appearance at this Sevens tournament. But I think there has been some surprise at the way the PlayonPros have actually struggled in this format. We expected rather more, I would say.
Well, on paper, you would expect them to win it with the names that they have. They've just lacked a little bit of pace at times. I mean, Henry's got legs. Michael Brown's looked pretty good. But it's a big pitch, as you've already mentioned. But yeah, you'd have expected them to do better than the plate final. They were disappointed last year. They were certainly disappointed yesterday when they didn't make it through. Got beat off Wallsend Boys Club 1-0. So they'll want to win this.
Wes Brown, former Manchester United defender. Early shot comes in. Cricket Club come away with the ball. And there's the first chance. An easy tap in, it is indeed. Andrew McCutcheon really carved through the defence
Well, I thought Matt Hoolan should have had a go here, but then he's... I actually think that made for a harder chance. That's a very good finish.
So not the start that the PlayonPros were looking for.
Not at all.
But certainly for Singapore Cricket Club, classic counter-attack, excellent interplay, and a 1-0 lead. Even former England goalkeeper David James couldn't do anything about that. He's very exposed by his defence. Harwood tries to turn, but has to go away. 2 players around him. Brown. All out wide. Hutchinson. Brown just showed far too much of that to the defence. Hutchinson. Club come away with the ball. And Hutchinson for Singapore Cricket Club. Gets the shot off. Carlton Palmer really struggled there. Carlton Palmer into his early 50s. David James will get us restarted. Palmer. Stars getting knocked out in the semi-final earlier today. The players know these guys. Played against them for years in their professional careers. Still defensively very strong, SCC. Clear the ball away. Brown. Hutchinson. Harewood has turned his defender. Goal is open. He can only hit the post. Amos Boone just did enough to force him wide. Yeah,
it was a great turn, wasn't it? Just managed to push him away. Not really sure he needed to go around the keeper, in all honesty. Made it very, very tight angle for himself. Just showed how strong he is, though. That's his game.
Amos Boone just passing that one out. Possession. Play on. It's Harwood. Hendry. To his right foot. Straight down the throat of the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you saw that, but Michael Brown just followed through as he's running past the goalkeeper. Referee certainly saw it. Only saw fit to have a word with him. Singapore Cricket Club giving the ball straight back.
Brown across the face of goal, but cut out. Since going 1-0 down, it's been all PlayonPros. Harwood hit the post earlier, rolls the ball back. And that was too easy for Hendry. It looked to be coming. Plenty of pressure from Playon, and Lee Hendry, former Aston Villa player, scores the equalising goal.
Started with the goalkeeper giving the ball away. Lovely little layoff by Harewood. Had 3 men around him. Hendry first time in the bottom corner.
So that makes it 1-1 in this plate final. Hemingway. He's going for the return ball, gets it. Hewlin. Hemingway. Palmer getting a vital block in. Back to Hutchin. Monaghan, Hutchin. It was very dangerous. In fact, it was Goroho who got a cross up from the back. Monaghan found him with a searching ball. It's given away. Anyway, brings it forward. Monaghan. Hutchin, the goal scorer. All the way across the pitch. Gets the return. Goroho, Monaghan. It's finally broken up. It's turned Monaghan. One man to beat. Wants it onto his right foot. Tries to go round the defender, does so. And for the second time hits the post. Marlon Harewood. Once again denied by the woodwork.
He ran a long way, Harewood, one-on-one. Him to go left, go right. Oh, it rebounded lovely for the goalkeeper. I'm sure Harewood's done that so many times in training over the years.
Defender, Chris Day, the ball now just did enough. Forcing him wide. Touch. He's gone past his defender, and as he put it in, he certainly has. What a finish that was. Nothing at all that could be done. Once the defender had been rolled,
what a great
David James couldn't do anything.
Straight past him. A very, very neat finish as well. He's a good player. He just qualified to play Masters. Very, very lively indeed.
Does have some professional pedigree, does Andy Hutchin. He's Scottish, played for Montrose and Brechin City. And the way he nutmegged Carlton Palmer then was a very skillful move. It's Harewood once again forced wide. And this time Amos Boone doesn't need his woodwork, uses his hands to keep that out. Boone is himself a former professional, Singapore national team player. Monahan sees a lot of the ball. Goroho. Using his goalkeeper. Day. Free gives the free kick. Palmer looking back. Short ball from Hemingway. And the early one across to Harewood. He well found him. He's closed down very quickly. Brown. Michael Brown, left foot shot from him. Didn't have too much pace on it, but forced almost Boone into a save. As we come to the end of the first half, and there is the whistle blown. So the PlayonPros walk in 2-1 down against the SCC Masters, who are deserved leaders. 2 great goals.
Just squirmed the shot, didn't he? Didn't expect it to trouble the keeper at all. I think he must have thought that one was going wide, Peter, because he looked like he had it covered, but he didn't seem to be too troubled by it. Very surprised to see it come off the post. Harewood's been troublesome up front. Hendry's been finding him quite a lot. But I think they just need a little bit more support from deep. I'd like to see Don Hutchison come into it a little bit more. Of course, this is 10 minutes each way, which is longer than they've been playing so far this weekend. But with Hutchin up front, He's very, very dangerous. You'd fancy him to get one more at least.
Well, he does seem to have the pace to get around the PlayonPros defence. Certainly Carl Palmer has struggled a little bit with the conditions. And Hutchins' pace, I mean, he's giving his pace, he's giving him quite a few years. And Hutchins certainly knows how to finish. Twice he's found the back of the net. And those 2 goals, the difference between these teams.
I don't know whether we'll see it again during the game, but look in the second half if number 8 for Singapore Cricket Club, Matt Hulin, gets the ball. There's been 2 occasions now where I felt it was easier for him to shoot than it was to lay it off to somebody. The first time it worked for the goal, the second time it didn't. And you've got to be a little bit braver sometimes. There's being unselfish, but sometimes you've got to have a go. Play on, wanting to get on with it. They're back out on the pitch already. SCC not in any hurry. Why should they be?
Well, they certainly want to keep the maximum amount of time they can for the half-time break. Get their fluids on, get the recovery. Referee is back out in the middle. His assistants are going out to the touchlines. This game will be restarted. 10 more minutes for PlayonPros to turn this around. Singapore Cricket Club will get us back underway. Kashima. Score of 2 goals. Gets us going again. PJ Roberts has come on as a second half substitute. Brown gets a foot in. Denies Matt Hulin. Roberts. Gets it back. Hulin. Roberts again. It's intercepted by PlayonPros, but possession back with SCC. Jay Roberts, Australian, former professional in Australia and in Singapore. Played for Geylang in Singapore. Now in the media, as many of these ex-pros are. Mike Brown. George Boateng has come on as a second half substitute. Shot just wide from him. Just flashing one past the post from Boateng. Was dangerous yesterday. Saw a lot of the ball, plays down the middle. Kills that. Hulin. Hemingway. Lively. Ball just too much for Hutchin. Can't wait to get on the end of that. Quickly out. Boateng. Where's Brown? Across, Mickey Gray, Sunderland fullback. Hendry. Once more. Boateng. Can't find a way through. Roberts brings it out. Hutchin. He's slowed down by Mickey Gray. Went for the shot over the top of David James, but didn't get anywhere near enough on it. Hendry into the box of SCC. Keeps possession. Brown. Where's Brown? Lines up a shot, and it's in. Just off the underside of the bar. Not what you necessarily expect from a centre-half, but a well-executed shot.
Absolute screamer. Just squared off by Hendry. I don't think Wes Brown scored too many of them in his time. It's nicely poised at 2-2 now. Still with 6.5 minutes to go.
Does it deep in the scores level. Amos Boone unable to do anything about that. Dipped under his bar. Back on the attack. David James takes that easily. Early throw from him. Trying to pick out Harewood. Can't get it under control. And it's back to Boone. Keeps play live. Hemingway. It's a good ball out from Boone. There's a man over here, if he can control and shoot. Yes, he can. Well, Matt Zatto from the US makes an instant impact as he comes on as a second-half substitute.
Super sub, great ball from Hemingway. He's completely unmarked. I think he's just ran on the pitch and scored that goal. They've completely missed him. And again, Singapore Cricket Club take the lead.
Substitution made, rolling subs. Don't have to wait for play to finish. And that puts Singapore 3-2 up. It's the last 5 minutes. Free kick awarded for play on. Take this quickly. Boateng. Find the target. And we're back in. Guerrero. Carry the ball out from the back. Hutchin. Guarojo's gone for the return into the far corner. Well, what a goal that was. Coming all the way from the back. Martin Guerrero.
That's a super goal. Look how far he's ran. Got the return pass. Fabulous finish on the run. David James had no chance.
Some very tired players out there on the PlayonPros side. No one tracking the run all the way from the back from Martin Guerrero. It makes it 4-2. Very difficult now. 2 quick goals for Playon. SCC are defending deep, but they're still leaving a man up. Not defending with all 7 players. Where's Brown? Flip through from him. Harewood. Brown. Where's Brown? Control that. It's cleared all the way downfield. Nicky Gray chasing it. David James needs to get involved now. Nice Nicky Gray run for that. I'm very pleased about that. He takes the throw in. Boateng. Short ball for Hutchin. Ball is intercepted. There's more players coming up now for SCC. And it's come all the way across to Yossi Azan. He just couldn't finish. It was too easy in the end. But it does take more time off the clock. Where's Brown? Can he repeat that masterly shot that at one time brought them level? No, he can't. But the corner is conceded.
I think he's given a goal kick in the end.
Kick.
Singapore Cricket Club committed a lot of men forward there, 3-on-1. As you say, it was almost too easy.
possession back to play on. Hendry. Some space to run into. It's forced out wide. Norris Harewood all the way across to Gray. Boateng overlaps. Keeps it in. Back to Gray. Shot ricocheted. It's kept in. Possession stays with play on. Michael Brown inside the defender. All across to Harewood.
I'm not sure that was a pass, Peter. I think it was a shot. Didn't give Harewood a lot to play with, did it? And they really needed that one to go in. There's only a minute to go.
SCC were equal to that. Hendry. And there's David James. And he scores. We mentioned earlier David James needs to get involved, and he has done. He's very happy about that.
Very popular goal. He's lost his balance. He's hit it first time, the ball coming across him. What a great goal that is. That's the biggest cheer of the day so far.
The crowd
Fantastic
absolutely
entertainment.
Loved that. Absolutely loved that. But will it be enough? Still only 30 seconds left, 20 seconds left. PlayonPros 3, SCC Masters 4. Three tumbles. SCC in possession. It's gone all the way across. Straight down the throat of David James. He'll throw that out quickly, but I think that is time, and indeed it is. SCC running out 4-3 winners. Great entertainment. David James getting on the score sheet, but he was beaten 4 times. Twice by Andrew Hutchian, once by Matt Zatto, and once by Martin Garojo, who give a 4-3 win to the Singapore Cricket Club Masters, and they are the plate champions and the first time they've won silverware in this tournament, so many congratulations to them. PlayonPros unable to defend their title from last year.
What a fabulously entertaining game we've just seen there. 4-3, could have been 10-9. Great finish with David James at the end, and he looks the least disappointed of all the PlayonPros players. He's got a big smile on his face, and he'll be talking about that for the rest of the day and maybe a little time afterwards. I think, one or two of his teammates might have wished they'd taken goals like that earlier.
So we now go to the main plate competition. And this is the first of the semi-finals. Newcastle Jets from the A-League in Australia. They are playing against the local side of the Hong Kong FA Red Dragons. Jordan Lamb scored a screamer yesterday against Brighton. Newcastle Jets have somewhat struggled on their first visit to the Sevens tournament, finishing bottom of their group yesterday, but overcame their A-League rivals this morning in the quarter-final, beating the Wellington Phoenix. Progressing to the plate semi-final. Hong Kong FA Red Dragons, made up of a group of youngsters that in 2014 reached the finals of the Asian Under-16 Championships. First time a Hong Kong FA team has ever achieved that feat. 2 of their players are visiting, just come in specifically for this tournament.
So a big hand for the PlayonPros, who did a great job in the runners-up, but the winners of the Masters Plate
game just
for 2018
being delayed, the start of which allowing the SCC Masters to receive their plate trophy. Referees for this game. Just taking a moment to enjoy some levity. yellow card for one of the linos. Slaw, who is a FIFA accredited referee, taking no nonsense from her team. Not often you see a referee with a sense of humour.
Not at all.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
Newcastle Jets had a very successful season in the A-League, reached the grand final. As we see the presentation over at the corner of the pitch, the runners-up medals being handed out by Robbie Bacon, who is the football club captain.
The soccer section.
Indeed, of the soccer section. 300+ strong section of players and football enthusiasts. 9 competitive teams,
7 goals.
4 of which are a bit social. As we see the PlayonPros
And the first ever goal
see their runners-up medals.
the one and only David James.
David James. Big smile on his face. Certainly would have enjoyed their weekend.
Thank you very much, PlayonPros.
Oh, they were not looking too pleased. Hit the woodwork a number of times. But ultimately going down 4-3 was a fair result. The work rate for SCC and the organisation, I think, was the difference between the two teams.
They just looked a little bit fitter, didn't they? Every time that Playon came back into the game, SCC went up the other end and scored. It just seemed to be the way it panned out in the end.
I think what's been impressive with this Masters tournament is the depth and the strength of the teams that we've had. I mean, SCC against the PlayonPros, fantastic advert for local football, for a number of players who have played at a reasonably high level. But when you look at the quality of the PlayonPros on paper, the SCC Masters team have performed so well to beat them in this final.
Absolutely, and we've seen that all the way through the Masters tournament this weekend, that some of the, I wouldn't call them amateur teams, but you know, the levels of fitness that they've managed to attain in the run-up to the tournament makes it's a big difference.
It does make a big difference. Chris Day really enjoying receiving that. Matt Hewlett gets his medal. Some very tired legs with SCC, but they're extremely happy to proceed. Amos Boone pulled up for a number of excellent saves. Used the woodwork a few times too, but goalkeepers are very happy to do that. PJ Roberts gets his medal. And congratulating tap on the shoulder. And there's Hutchin, Andrew Hutchin, who scored those 2 vital goals to get them off to such a great start. And quality goals too.
They were quality goals. I really did fancy him to get a hat-trick, really. The way the game was so open, and they did have some other chances in the second half. Never really fell to him. He certainly took his goals very well. And they'll celebrate well tonight. They really will.
Well, let's just hope they didn't book their flights back to Singapore this evening and don't have to get on a plane. But a very happy Singapore Cricket Club Masters, who are the plate champions in the Citi Soccer Sevens 2018 here at the Hong Kong Football Club in Happy Valley. Many congratulations to them. Worthy winners. And they'll take that back to Singapore. Put it in the trophy cabinet in the clubhouse.
Yep. If you turn your attention back to the main pitch.
So we do come back to the main pitch. And this is the first of the plate semi-finals in the main competition. We have Newcastle Jets, who are playing in their all-blue strip, and the Hong Kong FA Red Dragons in all white.
4, Joseph O'Connor. 14, Ken Harrison. 6, Kieran Hayes. 8,
And it is the Red Dragons that get us underway.
And 2 Angus Stolage, and for the Hong Kong Football Association,
Tung
Red
Tung Yin,
Dragons, in 1
losing his back,
HKFA win,
go back to his
by
goalkeeper.
3 Cheng Chung Yin, 7
JK win.
6 Christopher Chung, 8
Dreams
Chen
FC,
Ji Sung, and
goalkeeper.
Lieutenant Jordan Lam.
So this for a place in the Lake final. Threaded up the middle. Great at first touch. All the way back to Jer in the Dragons goal. Newcastle Jets willing to allow them to have the ball. Keep it taking his time. Finally the long ball up. It's ball down by Paco Chan. Tries to turn his defender. Goes off Chung for a goal kick. James in the Newcastle Jets goal. So Newcastle Jets very disappointing for them yesterday. Struggled in all of their group games. Finished bottom of their group. But did manage a win against Wellington this morning. A very much early start for them. 9 o'clock kickoff. That does have the advantage of being just a little bit cooler.
It really does. It's not easy playing early in the morning. Think about what time you wake up, what time you eat. It's a long day if you lose at 9 o'clock in the morning as well, Peter. Very long.
好，身邊咧就有英格蘭嘅名宿啊，呢位。
James. Easy ball for the goalkeeper, all the way through to Jer. Slightly disappointing for Wellington. A long ball game in sevens is not too effective. Sometimes you do see some odd things, like the penalty decision given earlier today against Josh Pask.
Yeah, you never know. But we've seen a lot of the goalkeepers coming out, almost playing the last man in the playmaker.
Scoring.
Scoring.
Does happen. Did David James ever score a goal in his professional career? Noah James down sharply to his right-hand side, kicking that shot out.
I'm sure a few people are Googling it at home now. If anyone knows, please let us know. It's a good effort there on the turn. Great save. Got down low to the right. First real chance on goal.
UI Lim, the captain. Testing Noah James. Free kick has been given. He didn't like that. Jordan Lamb with the ball. Forced into the corner. Ball's turned over. Lovely piece of skill to get the ball out. The follow through was robust, shall we say, but Wellington losing out on possession.
Really sure that there was an advantage there, and I wonder if the referee will bring that back, because that was a brutal challenge.
Gives the ball away, gets it back. Neither of these two teams really managing to settle. O'Connor. He's forced to go all the way back. No. James chipping the ball up. And he's managed to get it through. It's come across the goal to number 14, Ken Harrison, who opens the scoring for the Newcastle Jets. Somewhat fortunate bounce, and the long ball there being effective.
Wasn't easy, was it? It's a good save from the goalkeeper. He still had a lot to do from the tight angle. Took it well on the volley. Didn't have time for a touch. Slightly against the run of play.
Noah James putting a long ball into the corner and headed across. But Jackson Frendo was alert to it at the back post quickly enough to give Newcastle Jets the lead. Dragons with a bit to do now. Just dispossessed. It's the throw in. Just looking for someone to move into space. Lamb's first touch let him down. It's cleared upfield. That was a nice turn. Frenchman. Joseph O'Connor was brought down. He's quickly taken. A bit of needle in this game. Certainly some physicality. And there were hands all over with that.
Well, we're seeing some very, very lenient refereeing with the cards, aren't we? There's 3 challenges there that were certainly worthy of yellows. I guess it's all balanced up.
I haven't seen too many yellow cards this weekend. There's certainly a physicality about this game that we haven't seen in some of the encounters. Certainly Newcastle Kashima this morning, where no one touched anyone. That's the end of the first half. We will shortly go to a commercial break while the players enjoy their refreshments and some advice from the coaching staff. So the half-time score is 1-0 to Newcastle Jets against the HKFA Red Dragons. Nice cappuccino. No thanks. Back come the teams for the second half. The Red Dragons walking back onto the pitch. Kenneth Kwok looking after the team this weekend. It's referee Miss Law officiating this game, FIFA qualified referee. Gets the game going. Newcastle Jets attacking the goal to our left in front of the Sportsman's Bar. Again, hands all over the back. No card shown. There's going to be plenty of leniency we've seen. Frendo, he finds the corner. Look at that. An excellent delivery of that free kick into the corner. And there is Kenneth Kwok. Not happy about that. So that's now 2-0. Here's the number 8, just curling it into the corner. It's a long way out. Jen will be extremely disappointed to have been beaten from that distance. Jackson Frendo makes it 2 for him and 2 for his team. Newcastle Jets comfortably now 2-0 up. Jen brings the ball out. Plenty of activity in front of him. The man-to-man marking demanding much more energy from the players. Zonal systems we saw this morning really take the sting out of the game. I think it is about time for the referee to deliver her first yellow card. She has it in her hand. Yes, indeed, she does. Some significant shirt pulling in that. And the first player goes into the referee's book. James clears upfield. Connor. Early ball into the box. And it's cleared away. Kitchee, the second half. Visiting from Australia. It's part of that under-16 team. Jerry's way out of his goal, and he's gone through. And there is plenty of needle in this game. Plenty of needle. Two sides have been going at each other. Two more yellow cards, so 3 bookings in this game. Ryan Goodhue has only been on as a second half substitute. Certainly the goalkeeper went through him. Goodhue was very upset about that. Under different circumstances, we've seen red cards for that. Check our wing. Perhaps a little fortunate to be on the pitch. Certainly he shouldn't have been that far up it. Trying to dribble the ball out and take on players. It's a dangerous game in any circumstance, but in sevens where you've got 0 cover at the back, he managed to get away with that. Still to Newcastle Jets. They come away with the ball. That's nicely done, and all the way across. And Ryan Goodhue just couldn't find the net, just put it into the side netting. That would have been a good answer to that yellow card incident earlier.
And that would have been game over as well, wouldn't it? Oh, just needed to hit the target.
Let's just put that wide. Chu Wai Kwan. That ball too short. Angus Thurgate clearing. But it will be Dragon's throw. Ball kept in play, but the pass went astray. Chan just been able to find his range. James under some pressure, puts it way downfield. Ball eluding everybody. That's kept in well by Goodhue. That is O'Connor. The shot from him rather tame. Dagan push forward, Christopher Chung. That was a great turn. Jordan Lamb has to bring it in on his left foot. Pushes across, gone for the return. Bako Chan couldn't direct that on target. Great skills from Jordan Lamb.
Yeah, it was great skills as well. Lovely effort. Not an easy thing to do that, take it first time with the angle. Just needed to try and keep it down. Could have done with scoring there. Not a long time left. Impressive day from Newcastle Jets, Peter. After yesterday's rather less impressive performances, they've been very good today. Looked a lot more assured and confident.
Caleb Cox, second half substitute, did very well there, riding 2 challenges. Ryan Goodhue couldn't keep the ball under control though. Very difficult one for him. Coming in at throat height. Caleb Cox rather clattered. Shoelaces come undone. Ball is live again, but gone out for corner.
Very robust challenge, wasn't it? Bordering on reckless.
It has been one of those games where both teams want to get involved. Somebody has finally put the ball on top of the sportsman's bar. Cleared away. Council ball. To get that one away. Christopher Jump. He's tucked back. But the referee blows for the end. And it is Newcastle Jets who will progress to the final of the main plate competition. And the Red Dragons, going down 2-0 in that game, will depart the competition. Newcastle Jets, after such a disappointing start, now with a chance of some silverware.
Indeed. I don't think anybody would have predicted that at the start of the day. They've performed very, very well. They were worthy winners there. So their day continues. They've regrouped very well after yesterday. Whatever was said last night. Maybe enjoy yourself, play with a bit of confidence. You've come a long way here. You might as well enjoy it. And they'll certainly enjoyed that win.
So the next game up will be the second plate semi-final of the main competition between the Yao Yi League Select. Martin Yu in goal for them. Amro Abbas, combative influence in that team. And Kitchee, who are the Premier League champions here in Hong Kong. Development team for them. So for Jorge Torres Paramo, one of the senior players, bringing the young charges through. Yao Yi wearing their white strip. Kitchee all in blue. One would expect the professional side to be dominant in this, but as we've seen, the level of competition is extremely high. Kitchee get us underway. Attacking the sportsman's bar to the left-hand side. We have represented Hong Kong in the Asian Champions League this year. It's a very high standard of football for Kitchee to compete in. Consider that the teams from Australia, Japan and Korea are in. Cleared away, first attack successfully repelled. There's an overlap there. Guy thwarted. So he maintained possession. To left-hand side. That's Abbas. Zola. Turned out to be a nice turn. Abbas. The ball through. With a nice period of possession. The shot though just gives the ball back. Somewhat of a wasted effort.
I would say to score from that would be a worldie. And they've had a lot of possession and just given it away. Very disappointing.
cagey start to this game. Switch it to Geordie, as he has on the back of his shirt. 37-year-old Spaniard who's taken Hong Kong residency and citizenship. Geordie. Geordie once more. More so perhaps in sevens than 11-side football. The playmaker role is far more distinctive, Neil.
Absolutely. And in some cases, we've seen the goalkeeper almost be the playmaker.
Yes, certainly Kashima Antlers, their goalkeeper, played very advanced. It's Oki. He's under 19s Japan international.
Everybody here is just hoping for positive football. You can understand teams wanting to be tactically astute, but the crowd want goals, they want action. That's what sevens football's all about.
Went for the return, didn't come to him. Well, Yao Yi have set themselves up man to man. Kitchee have pushed Harima way up as a lone striker. That stretches the game. I hope you now will create some space in the midfield. Just having a word with the goalkeeper to remove something by the side of the goal. You could have picked that up, decides to kick instead. It's not going to make the goalkeeper. That could have been a red card there, but goalkeeper gets away with it. Did dive in. Yeah, you keep possession. Zola. Nice early ball from him.
Got to praise him for his honesty there, Peter, because that could have been a very different result. Rash challenge from the goalkeeper.
Saw that coming. Scuff clearance. Nigel Pack concedes the corner.
Yeah, you've had the better of the play so far, haven't they?
They certainly have. Been too much to do down this end. To new advances. Really not doing too much to threaten the goal. Certainly Kitchee have packed the defence. They've not left a man up, with all 7 players behind the ball. Remained in play. Everybody looking at the referee, the linesman, but finally the flag has gone up. Well, the decision has been made, and Yao Yi get a throw. It's gone all the way back to the goalkeeper. Rolls the ball out early. Geordie combining once more. Back to Chan. Geordie. Kitchee and the Yao Yi League select at a stalemate at half-time as the whistle is blown, 0-0. Cagey first half. One rash challenge from Hove, really being the only talking point of that game.
Yes. And you lose your goalkeeper, and even if they got through at the final, they'd be missing him. So I think as a contest, keeps it nicely balanced. You go down to 6 men is bad enough. 6 men and you don't have your goalkeeper. It's very worrying. But one of the teams needs to go for it now. Second half to see some goals.
Harima Hirakane, he is a striker, but he's seen so little of the ball. Really got anything through to him. Stands are now filling up. This stadium takes about 2,500 people. And as ever with one of these tournaments, there's more of a festival type atmosphere, plenty of people milling around, meeting friends, discussing the talking points of the football, having a drink or two, keeping out of the sun. Amro Abbas plays for German All-Stars. And we're back underway. So, second half. Young Ely Select 0 against Kitchee in the second semi-final of the main competition plate trophy. Abbas over the top. Did he mean that? Doesn't look like it, does it? But they all count.
What a goal. Yeah, looked like an overhit pass to me. I'm sure he'll tell us later that he meant every part of it. Top corner. The game needed it. Boy, did it need it. Now let's see what Kitchee can do.
Yeah, that has broken the deadlock. So Kitchee now need to get themselves back into this game, do something a little bit different. They were very cagey, and they left themselves open to conceding that long-range effort from Amro Abbas. And the game is now on. And Kitchee with Ngang right across. What a miss. So disappointing. It's gone right across the face of goal. And Harima finally gets some service, but he can't do anything with it.
Well, maybe that's the reaction that we need now. Yeah, you've scored. Kitchee have got to come out and play. They've got a stronger pedigree, but that counts for nothing. Right here, right now. Keep the ball away. Referee not happy.
Disappointed with that effort. A goal gaping in front of him. The score remains 1-0 to the Yao Yi League Select. Over the years, been something of a bogey team to a lot of professional sides. They're always well organised, always train for the sevens. Lots of experience tactically. Know the conditions as they are all local players. Taken 1 or 2 professional team scouts in their time. This is across the goal. Once more, just lack of quality in Kitchee. One swing at the ball and one rolled his foot over the top. And there really needs to be a bit more composure.
First one was a bit of an air shot, wasn't it? Second one, it was casual. Got to be on your toes. Now, the RE Select don't need to score again at the moment, but they need to show some composure and try and keep the ball and make Kitchee work. It's very hot. It's a big pitch. They don't have to force it now.
Just seven minutes each way. They can just keep possession. Robinson gets it back. He wants some help. Turn from him and finds a great little through ball. There's a man spare in the middle if he can be found. Disappointing. Sound down, flicking the ball across.
I think he was caught in two minds. Not sure whether this was a shot or a cross. Very difficult when you chip a ball anyway, really. It was a lovely ball through to Sam down in the first place, though.
The way through for a throw. expect. Ball's bounced over the top. Silvio Rufa come on as a second half substitute. And some fresh legs. As the clock ticks down. She really haven't offered too much since that miss from Rame. Okay. All the way across to Geordie. Goes past the first player. Just to make shape. Space for a shot. Can't do that. Gets it away. Down's got plenty of space to run into, and he's got plenty of pace, but he's being caught. He goes for a long shot from a distance. The keeper just backtracked enough. Just at the right height for him to catch that. Infringement, says the referee. Free kick to Kitchee.
Sandown was going to have the shot. It needed to be earlier. Either that or the pass to the left. Amr Abbas very frustrated. And they've conceded a free kick. It's only a minute and a half left, so Kitchee really could do with a goal right now if they want to stay in the competition.
That was clean. The referee was happy with that. It's dangerous to try and do that in your own half. Lucky to get away with that, the Aoyi. Come away with the ball, Tizard. Rufa to the corner to win the throw-in. So we do get into the last minute. Referee asking them to hurry up. Knows how much time is left. Given away, throw in to Kitchee. They need to get moving. They need this ball up the other end of the field as the last 30 seconds ticks down. Swainson goes backwards. Not what Kitchee need. Into the Aoyi half. The goalkeeper is up. Chan. Across once more to Law. Chan flicks the ball up. Difficult bouncing. Law just gets the deflection off, but the referee has blown for the end of time. End of time for this game. And it is a well-deserved victory for the Aoyi League Select. One goal separating the two. Amro Abbas just after half-time, scoring the goal that separates these two teams. So the Aoyi League will progress to face the Newcastle Jets in the main competition plate final. And Kitchee, we say goodbye to them.
Is the goal again? Was it a cross? Was it a shot? Keeper was off his line, wasn't he? He'll watch that back and he'll be very disappointed. Pinpoint finish, whatever he meant, he'll be happy with it. Be glad to see that one again.
Well, I have to say, looking at it again, I think he meant it.
Yeah, but we wouldn't want him to know that, Peter, would we?
We wouldn't want him to know that. Just between you and me now, just between you. So, the tournament moves on. We now come into the main Shield knockout.
He will take charge of our first Shield semi-final. And this is between, in white, Kashima.
So we have Kashima Antlers from Japan.
Aston Villa, your team.
And they will face Aston Villa. Kashima Antlers are playing in the white strip. And Aston Villa are in the usual claret and blue. We always expect them to be playing in.
5, Captain Nemoto, and number 4, Koki Mashida.
Koki in goal. I've seen a lot of him playing the ball out. Very advanced positions. It'll be interesting to see tactically how Aston Villa set themselves up. They are a much more aggressive team than Kashima are. However, Kashima love to play on the break. So Yuya Oki, once again with the ball. He's one of the more experienced players. He's an international. He's part of the professional setup of Kashima. Well, we certainly hope that this game will be less cagey than we saw when Newcastle United played them in the quarter-final this morning. Extremely cagey. Defensively, Newcastle very well set up. Running out eventual winners. Then Aston Villa. It's Corey Taylor showing good pace. They certainly want to run at the Japanese team. Clark. Tonight.
KG start again. Kashima this morning against Newcastle United. Very dull sort of game. Not a lot of action. I hope Aston Villa can unlock this somewhat. Make it a good spectacle. Just press in a little bit more. Whereas this morning Newcastle sat back. Paid off in the end with the penalty shootout.
So this is the first semi-final. Shield competition. So these are the teams that qualified for the main cup competition this morning, but not knocked out in the quarterfinals. So they get a second chance. KG again. Yaoki. Kashima had to play a 4v4 sudden death this morning. Eventually going down to the golden goal that Newcastle were able to score through Owen Bailey. Picked up the goalkeeper's shirt, goalkeeper's glove to go into that 4v4, even though he's an outfield player. Kashima making their fourth visit in this tournament. Second Japanese team to have been here, who are on Red Diamonds, who are past winners of this competition. Also represented Japan. Kubota. Do see a lot of play go through him. So Machida, the number 4, he's playing in a more advanced role in this game. Villa are playing man-for-man defence. Hard work, should be the goalkeepers, and it is. Hansen collects that and gets things started quickly. Kashima backtracking. Comes all the way out to Baisley. Cox.
I don't really see the logic of Kashima knocking high balls in, Peter, other than Machida. Not one of the players is anywhere near close to the height of the Villa players. It doesn't seem to have a lot of logic.
Yes, tactically that's somewhat baffling. not something we've seen them do before. Very much playing the ball on the ground. Kubota. Play on, says the referee. Kubota. Can he get away with that? Kubota. Once again, we're back in the Kashima half. The wind's picking up. That might help the players cool. Breeze. Kashima have improved on their performance from last year, in the cup competition.
I think it's fair to say that Kashima have had a lot of the ball, but they haven't really done anything with it. Aston Villa, just as Newcastle were now, just happy to let them come on. Try and force the error. I'd like to see them be a little bit more positive than this, it's fair to say.
Well, they're certainly making Aston Villa think tactically. Perhaps Villa are more used to playing teams that do try to play a more expansive open game.
Certainly the Leicester game was a lot more robust this morning that they played. Very enjoyable game, that one.
The two teams are very familiar with each other. They met in the final here last year. Kubota, will he reach that? Goes past the first defender. Referee Martin Atkinson is not interested in that. Didn't look to be too much contact.
That breeze just blew him over, Peter.
Taylor. He's gone past the first one. He's managed to put it back. Crosser. Scuffs that past the far post. Didn't get any real purchase on that, Alex Prosser.
Just pulled it wide, didn't he? First chance at goal. I would say it's a half chance. Maybe there was another pass there somewhere.
So once again, it's Yuya Oki. Seeing more of the ball than any of the Kashima outfield players. Imoto. Aston Villa are forcing the Japanese team to try and do something about it. Being positive, but again, it's just died. Very different tactically than what we saw yesterday from the Japanese. They were always looking to play on the break. They were happy to have the opposition have the ball and try to nick it off them.
And it's fair to say that yesterday it was more effective for them, wasn't it? This is not really working at all.
Back at Taylor, it's got a cross. Keeper's out of his net. Ball's gone over the top. Back at Taylor will knock it into an empty net, and he does. Corey back at Taylor opens the scoring for Aston Villa. And Kashima getting caught in possession. And the first goal goes to Aston Villa.
And no disrespect to Kashima fans, but thank goodness for that. It's been difficult watching in the last few minutes. And Kashima now need to come and play.
See a change in tactics, and the half-time whistle is blown. So a very timely intervention from Corey back at Taylor. Alex Prosser putting the ball over the top, and an empty net presented itself to Blackie Taylor to give Aston Villa a 1-0 lead. Now tactically Kashima can no longer just hold on to the ball, knock it around at the back. They have to get into the final third. They have to be far more positive. We need to see them getting Toshiya Tanaka involved. He's been inspirational for them over the last day or so when they played in the group games yesterday and this morning, and also Machida, positioned far further up the pitch, but has seen so little of the ball now.
I don't really understand what he's doing there, because they looked a lot more organised when he was playing at centre half. He's got the height, he's got the physicality. We might see the goal again, Peter, but Blackett-Taylor collided with the goalkeeper. It felt like almost with the angle. I'm not sure there was any intent there, but there was an elbow almost into the goalkeeper, and that certainly put the goalkeeper out. Not sure if it was then a shot on goal or a pass, but Blackett-Taylor was certainly in the right place to put the ball into an empty net.
Well, Martin Atkinson is their Premier League referee. It's known, I think, that the English refereeing is far more conducive to a flowing game of football, shall we say, than other types of refereeing.
Absolutely.
And perhaps that was influential in that goal.
I believe so. And the only time that we saw positive play from Kashima Antlers was when they ran through on goal. But again, he seemed more interested in getting the penalty decision than trying to go on and score the goal. And you know, in the Premier League, certainly in England these days, there's been a lot of issues with diving and simulation in the box.
And referee Martin Atkinson does indeed get us underway for the second half. Aston Villa 1-0 up against Kashima Antlers in this semi-final of the Shield competition. Kashima are sitting back. Crosser going all the way back to Johansson. Villa always send a strong team to this event. 6-time winners. All of their team this year are part of the under-23 development squad. Essentially one level below the first team. Long ball upfield from Johansson. It was over the top of the defender, but there was an infringement. Kashima ball.
Machida seems to have resumed his position at centre half, Peter.
Perhaps he can be more influential from there than he was far up the pitch, where the ball never reached him. Moto and Oki only seem to want to play the ball back and forwards between themselves. Kubota. This is more positive from Kashima. Chida. Tanaka. Fast feet from him. Kubota. That's the face of goal. The 18-yard box. Being forced to go all the way back. Chihara's on for the second half. Again. It's a risk-averse brand of football when you're 1-0 down. It's surprising to see. Kashima win the throw-in, it's gone their way. Nimoto. Chida collects it off him. Wants to go backwards. This time declines to use his goalkeeper. Kubota does so. Villa are still pressing. It's a decent ball through to Oki, but it has been dealt with by the Aston Villa defence. Taylor wants to run out. It's Callum O'Hare. He's on for the second half. Runs into Nemoto though, and Kashima can break. This is what they were so effective of yesterday. And that's a great shot from Machida. Ball just drifting away.
It's a good chance. Much more positive from Kashima Antlers. Just sliced it. Really catch it on the full. People on the far side thought it had gone in. It's hit the side netting.
An example there of how quickly Kashima can break. Machida, his left foot shot just flicking off the outside of the post. Score remains Aston Villa 1, Kashima Antlers 0. Way back to Johansson. So once more, Swedish under-20 goalkeeper. That was a decent ball out. Mitchell Clark. Cox. Cross up. O'Hare. Oh, he's got a man free. Harvey Nibbs, second half substitute. Made the most of that ball.
Good first touch, wasn't it? Took it well. Opened up his body. Keeper was expecting it to go the other way. He wanted to take it on his right foot. Blackett Taylor going off. Probably done enough now. Aston Villa maybe think that they've got this game won. 5 minutes to go.
An example of having to chase the game, leaving gaps, and fresh legs coming on, making a difference. Callum O'Hare, second half substitute. He's given a rest for the first half. He's been an ever-present so far for Aston Villa. Machida, the ball under control. Managed to get it across. Tanaka couldn't control it though, and the ball breaks. Mooney to Cox, an early ball, and another tap in for Harvey Nibbs, this time much easier than the first one, and gives Aston Villa a 3-0 lead.
Lovely team goal, one-touch football. Really flowing sevens play. Great bit of off-the-ball running by Harvey Nibbs. He knew where he was, unselfish play. Villa are clear now, 3-0, and they deserve it.
And the difference that first goal has made, and the way this second half has been played, far more open. Kashima having to chase, leaving gaps at the back. Aston Villa taking advantage of that, and their second half substitutions being realised to full effect. Harvey Nibbs scoring twice, adding to that first half strike by Corey Blackett Taylor. Given away, Callum O'Hare spots him off his line. He's gone for it. Just clears the bar. Certainly worth the try when you're 3-0 up. No harm for giving it a shot from there.
Not at all. Great volley, wasn't it? Took it on the turn as well, Glenn Hoddle-esque.
He did.
For those that remember or seen him on YouTube many years ago.
You're a man of a certain age, aren't you, Neil?
Nearly as old as you, mate.
I just don't remember Glenn Hoddle. Machida comes back. Kubota. Looking the ball out. Still not testing Johansson. Kubota. Tanaka. Kubota tries to go round Jordan Cox, forced to go back. Nibbs. That's well defended. Yamamoto getting across. Takes a lot of the ball, Yamamoto. Plays quite deep. Naturally a defender. Tick-tock. Taking the time off. But a burst forward. For the second. Mitchell Clark coming out from the back, I should say, looking for a fourth. Aston Villa. Will be a Kashima throw. Zaki's on. The way out to Tanaka. Does have a little bit of space. Can't beat the last defender. Intelligent from Johansson. Nibs. O'Hare. Tries to be cute. Gets the run of the ball. Nibs. Through on the goal. Right foot. Can't find his hat-trick. Just his first touch, taking him in the wrong direction, away from goal. Snatched rather at the chance. As we go through the last few seconds. Tanaka. The defender in front of him. Trying to make space for a shot. Chinara tries to get something. Long throw up from Johansson. To Callum O'Hare. For the goalkeeper. That should be it, and it is. So there is the end of the match between Kashima, Antlers and Aston Villa. The first semi-final of the Shield competition. And Aston Villa running out comfortable 3-0 winners. And they will progress to the Shield final later this afternoon. An accomplished performance from what can only be described as a proper sevens team.
A proper sevens team. We say goodbye to Kashima Antlers. They've got Stetsons on the back of their shirts, and it's fair to say that they've run their race now. Goodbye to them. Sets up, be glad to see Villa in the Shield final.
So West Ham United, that's their starting seven. Joe Powell and Nathan Holland, two men to look out for, and they will play this semi-final against Brighton and Hove Albion. James Tilley, number 15, Aaron Connolly, two very attack-minded Brighton players. Both teams will play in their first kit.
And the second.
West Ham were very hopeful of a strong performance this weekend, having come close in the past, but never having won this trophy. And it looked yesterday as though they might not even make the cup competition, having to beat Wellington in their last group game, which they managed to do, got themselves into the cup competition, but are now into the Shield. Brighton are here for their first appearance in the HKFA Citi Soccer Sevens. And they will get this game started for us.
19, Aaron Connolly, 6, Warren O'Hara, and number 16, Danny Andrew.
Brighton and Hove Albion get us started. So the winner of this game face Aston Villa in the Shield final. Brighton started their tournament yesterday with a draw. Being surprised by the Red Dragons. A late goal from Jordan Lamb. Evening up. Aaron Connolly strike. It's Connolly on the ball now. He's muscled off. Trot. He's very advanced.
Happy to bring the ball out, isn't he? He's carried on.
Powell steps outside, but the shot is blocked. Cochrane strong in defence. Sanchez, very intelligent ball up. Grizz on the turn, looking for Connolly. There's a defender in the way. Nerfield. Making one of his first start this weekend. Nerfield's been used as a substitute in the other games.
Maybe an injury to a regular starting player, giving him his opportunity.
Akinola. There's the first shot of the game, straight into the arms of Robert Sanchez. Connor Coventry. Causing too many problems for the keeper on that occasion. Sanchez, as so many of these goalkeepers have done, advancing up to the halfway line. Powell, he has some space and he's gone for the chip. Sanchez has made his ground, comfortably aware of what the thought process was going to be. Up to Connolly, he's being pulled back. Free. No, and Akinola to get away with that. Brighton still in possession. Speculative shot from Andrew, charged down. Some physicality about this game. Free allowing the play to flow though. Sanchez. Spanish goalkeeper. Spent up in 2015 from Levante. Sanchez once more. That's broken up. Akinola likes to run with the ball at his feet. Cox. It's Powell. Akinola. He advanced all the way up. Following up his earlier run, stayed up. And Tunji Akinola opens the scoring.
Well, that's the second time that Sanchez has brought the ball out from the back. The second time he's given it away. Almost got lobbed before. West Ham were more patient this time, but they've done the damage, punished him for that. 1-0 up.
Akinola, in the tradition of West Ham, the ball playing centre half. All the way back to Bobby Moore. Ferdinand's. Akinola very much in that mould. It's easy for the goalkeeper. Joe Powell. There's a spring in the step of West Ham. Nathan Holland. He's a very direct player, Nathan Holland. Likes to run at defenders. Likes to go direct for goal. Back to the keeper. Nathan Trott. It's a ball over the top for Joe Powell to chase, and he's got it. Wants to come back, gets the return. Tries the early shot, gets the deflection off the defender, and it will be a West Ham corner.
Brighton haven't got going yet, Peter, have they? They're just on the back foot a little bit. The weekend's taking its toll on them. West Ham certainly the strongest team so far of the two.
Tougher Brighton player. Back in. Taken early. Quick 1-2, put Nathan Holland in. Couldn't get past the keeper, Sanchez. Tackle the foot, concedes the third corner in a row. Way out to the back. Canola receives the ball to his feet. It back out wide. Canola bundled from the back. Free kick conceded. Taken quickly. Still comes back to Nathan Trott. It's given away. So Brighton are on the break, but sound defensive work. Falayan. That's just over the top. Once again, Nathan Holland showing how direct he is. But the Brighton defence making sure that he had to do that from a wider area than he would have liked.
Just made the space nicely on the right foot. He needed to keep his head down a little bit, but Brighton had a chance just before that. They had a man over, didn't see him, and they got caught on the break.
Canola. Foul. Joe Powell was here last year. 18-year-old. Just to play through the midfield.
Joe Powell sporting a short shorts and high socks look. Interesting.
You don't see a lot of that, do you?
Thankfully.
World Cup 1978.
I'm sure they wore their socks like that.
That was the shorts though, wasn't it?
Oh, definitely.
That was the shorts.
Short shorts. Do like them in rugby these days.
The ball over the top. Powell. It's forced wide. Just to take time off the clock. The 1-0 lead. Canola. Powell. Falayan. Commentary goes back to Trott.
West Ham are comfortable here, very comfortable. Brighton need to have a look at this at half-time, rehydrate, because they're not in it at the moment.
Perhaps make some changes, get some fresh legs as Trott almost makes it into the final third. We've seen that cause some problems before. Both negatively and positively.
Yeah, we've seen both keepers in this game be quite happy to advance beyond the halfway line. Not always effectively for them.
And you have to wonder whether that's being given as an instruction from the coaching team or whether they're allowing their goalkeeper to make those decisions on the pitch. Because it is, even though it's sevens, it's unconventional.
It really is.
West Ham again on the attack. Falayan had a sight of goal. And that was the final action of the first half. West Ham going in 1-0 up against Brighton in the second Shield semi-final. And we'll see you again a few moments after this commercial break.
Water.
Welcome back to this Shield semi-final. West Ham United currently 1-up against Brighton and Hove Albion. Both of them in the Premier League survived the drop. They'll both be planning over the summer for purchases. Maybe we'll see one or two of these youngsters come through into the first team next season, who knows. But Brighton have got it all to do this second half. Need to be a little bit more positive, I think. One chance on goal, running through, didn't see the overlap. And West Ham have almost punished them on the break once or twice. Referee just about to get it underway again. So 10 minutes this second half. Can Brighton get this goal back? We'll see.
And that's the second half underway. West Ham United 1, Brighton 1.
Start by West Ham. Just over the top.
Very positive start to the second half. Again, Nathan Holland showing his directness.
Certainly not resting on their laurels, and I think that's a good strategy.
Goalkeeper bringing it out. Brighton have to be more positive in the second half. 1-0 down. 9 minutes left to salvage this semi-final. But it is Joe Powell that brings the ball out. Holland. Powell. 3 Brighton defenders back. Powell happy to bring commentary into the play. Falian. Oh, that's a nice ball. Holland. Yes. And Nathan Holland gets the reward that he certainly deserves for his industry and his direct play. A lovely ball in.
Yeah, it was a lovely ball. He took it well on his right foot, just opened up his body there. Bottom right-hand corner. The keeper never moved either. Nothing Sanchez could do, really. Brighton looking shell-shocked. It's a long way back from here. That's not the start that they would have wanted for the second half. West Ham 2-0 up.
And what was not an unassailable target for them becomes so much more difficult now. Two goals down, and they must attack. West Ham have reached the final of this competition before, losing to Atletico Madrid in one of the most entertaining finals that this competition has seen.
Absolutely. Atletico Madrid, one of the most entertaining teams we've seen for more reasons than one.
They certainly brought some Spanish flair to this competition. Walked away with the silverware. Joe Powell showing good body strength, but tracked all the way back. James Tilley is the captain of the team. Certainly looks a good prospect, James Tilley.
Does indeed. Another speculative effort.
Attempt from his own half by Danny Mandrieu. Just flying wide. Clark was not that advanced. He comes out with the ball now.
Brighton are having to try and press. They need to get the ball back.
Nathan Trott. Here is the England under-20 goalkeeper. And highly regarded at West Ham. Essentially their third goalkeeper, third choice. It's Brighton bring the game to West Ham. Sanchez, very advanced again. And it opens up in front of him. He's fallen over. Now this is dangerous. This could be real problems. The keeper is way out of his net. And the shot is rolled in to an unguarded net. West Ham have made it 3.
Has Sanchez been watching David James, do you think?
I think he has, but unfortunately he hasn't delivered.
He just ran too far with it. Tried to get a hold of it, fell over. But it was a very, very sensible finish. See the temptation to put the lob on, and he just rolled it right in the middle of the goal.
Jeremy Ngakia, second half substitute, makes it 3-0 to West Ham, who should be comfortably through to the final, where they will face Aston Villa, who have already booked their place, winning their semi-final.
Battle of the Claret and Blues, Peter.
Indeed. And it's a fairly robust challenge. Try and take the kick quickly, but not to their advantage. They've given it away. It's a 2-on-1 break. Holland might have got 2 players back. Holland rolls the ball back. Afolabian goes past the defender, but a good recovery from Alex Cochrane. To the last 4 minutes, but with a 3-goal cushion. West Ham looking very comfortable. So forced to go back. Tilly once more. Just rolling the ball out wide. West Ham still leaving one player up front. Content to let Brighton have the ball. Tilly. That's the first defender. Ball spins back to Nathan Trott. Lewis has joined the game. Second half substitution. It's a late addition to the West Ham party. Josh Patch too has come on in the second half. West Ham bringing the changes. Making sure players can get their rest. Everybody as fresh as possible for the final against Aston Villa. Which I think, Neil, you can look forward to an open game.
Yeah, I think it's the final that we'd want to see. No disrespect to the other teams, but both West Ham and Aston Villa very experienced in this competition. The coaches know what needs to be done, set the teams up accordingly. Brighton haven't had a bad weekend, just couldn't move it forward again today.
He's beaten 3 times. I'm sure his teammates won't remind him of what he did for the 3rd goal. Too often. Ngakia did score that 3rd goal. Tilly come through, nicely tidied up by the sweeper keeper. Jeremy Ngakia. Intelligent in the way he finished that 3rd goal, just rolling it into the empty net. As we come up to the final minute of the second half. realise that the goose is cooked. Holland gives away the throw. Will take it. Sanchez. Him for Connolly. There's no service at all to the Brighton strikers. Really nothing for Nathan Trott to do.
No, and well, he hasn't made a save, has he? And the game just seems to have run its course now. West Ham happily sit on the lead. Brighton resigned to their fate, going home. I think that sums it up, really. Blow your whistle, please. Thank you.
See us. Indeed it does. It sees us to the end of this game. So a very comfortable 3-0 win for West Ham United against Brighton and Hove Albion. Junji Akinola, Nathan Holland and Jeremy Ngakia, the scorers for West Ham. That puts them into the Shield competition final, which will be against Aston Villa, and we certainly look forward to that. It should be an open and entertaining game of football. Two very positive teams in the way they approach Seville's football. But not a bad debut for Brighton and Hove Albion. I think they would have learned a lot this weekend.
I think they will. They'll be hoping to come back, I'm sure.
So Newcastle United, in the first of our semi-finals of the main competition, are up against Leicester City, who are the current champions, and in Josh Epaya have the current player of the tournament from 2017. A big ask this for Newcastle United, but not impossible.
I watched Newcastle training on Thursday, and ironically Leicester were on the other side of the pitch, and they did have a game, finished 1-1. Leicester were very direct at the start, but Newcastle did get back into it. Training's very different to the real event, of course.
It is. And we have Leicester City playing in their change strip, all white. Newcastle United also playing in their change strip, light blue. Leicester City defending their 2017 trophy. And this is the first of the semi-finals. 10 minutes each way. Leicester City have been in this competition now, I think, for around the past 5 years, and have come away with silverware on 4 occasions. So they take this very seriously. Paya showed a little bit too much of that to the defender. Got across to flick that away. Must have taken the deflection off of Paya because it's a Newcastle throw. And Roberts did well there. It is through to Roberts. It's a foot race, and it's a great shot, and an even better save. Daniel Iverson really had to be on his mettle there. A well-struck shot, just pushed away by Iverson down to his left.
Not an easy skill to hit the ball that hard on the run. Callum Roberts showing some great pace, and a fabulous save. Good positive start from Newcastle United.
Leicester City given fair warning. Newcastle are a difficult opposition to beat. They're breaking quickly. Leicester City through Sharif. It's robbed. Watson, Barlaser at the back. Barlaser sees a lot of the ball. Ricochets through to Fernandez, and a shot. This time does find the back of the net. And that from Victor Fernandez.
And they deserved it. Great feet from Owen Bailey. Fernandez on his right foot, just placed it in the bottom corner. Perfection. 1-0 Newcastle.
So Victor Fernandez opens the scoring for Newcastle United. As we mentioned, Leicester were given fair warning. Earlier shot from Callum Roberts, testing the goalkeeper, but Iverson couldn't get near that shot from Fernandez. 1-0 Newcastle. Gordon steps across, and there is the equaliser. And that is Apaya. Josh Apaya, from close range, equalises in less than a minute.
Fantastic response from Leicester. About 30 seconds, they're level. Got round the back. Just bundled it in.
So Leicester not taking that line down. Within a matter of a few seconds, restore parity. Great start to this game. Both sides being extremely direct in their approach. Okay. Ball. Keep that in. With Leicester. Across to Knight. Goes for the 1-2. Defender in the way. Paya seemed to hit a hand. The referee not interested in that being a penalty.
Interested to see that again. It did look like handball, didn't it? With intent.
Well, the hand has to be in an unnatural position or to be a deliberate handball for it to be given. The referee clearly considering the defender couldn't have done anything about that. Certainly came at him quickly.
Wasted.
Alexandru Pascanu going for glory. Like to see that again. It's a handball incident. See whether it did actually strike the hand. But the referee didn't give it, and we play on. Fernandez. Just a bit away from Sharif. He's back on his feet again. Challenged illegally. Laser.
Newcastle have set up a lot more positive than when they played Kashima Antlers this morning. Even though Dan Barleza's at the back, he's pushing on a lot more, Peter. You can see him just moving up the field over the halfway line, whereas they were almost 2 banks of 3 this morning.
Setup's very different though when you're playing against a team who are themselves much more committed to an attacking game rather than a counter-attacking game.
Absolutely.
And with the extra space you do have, with the fewer players on an 80% size pitch and no offside rule, then you're going to get some entertaining football. That's what we're seeing here. There's Fernandez, the goal scorer for Newcastle, but he's been robbed. Josh Gordon himself loses the ball. Fernandez gets it back. He's bundled off it by Apaya. 2 goal scorers coming together there. The referee has given the free kick Newcastle way. Gets the ball back. 2 committed teams. I'm sure some of these boys know each other from their time going through the youth system in professional clubs.
Absolutely. 16s, 18s, 23s.
So there'll be no lack of competitiveness. Parker. Newcastle goalkeeper. Distribution system of sevens. Fernandez. There's the cheeky cheeky back heel, but comes away for Leicester. There's Josh Knight. He's running at the defence. He's got 2 players with him. Paya wants to find space for a shot. He's tracked all the way across. That's good defending by Owen Bailey. Forcing the Paya all the way around and away from his goal. Gordon. Defender in the way. Ricocheting around, and finally it's a Newcastle boot. Puts it into touch. Sharif gets us going again. Pascanu. Right foot. Takes it on the second attempt. Finds the corner. Well, Pascanu. He took a shot earlier that finished on the training triangle at the back, but that time kept the ball down and it's the corner.
Well, he ran 20, 30 yards, they backed off him, and he just stroked it in the bottom corner. Nathan Harkin never moved. Goal out of nothing, really.
Now makes it 2-1 to Leicester City. Newcastle with defence will be very disappointed at how they backed off and allowed that opening. And it was a side foot in the end. They'll be looking for the same speed of response that Leicester City gave to going 1-0 down. Ricochet's out from corner. Some urgency now about the Newcastle play. Roberts. There's an early ball into Fernandez and the goal. It's not given, but a penalty is. Ball went straight across. And the 2 players coming together.
Just pulled him back as he's running in. You see that just caught his leg. Caught his leg.
Fernandez definitely got a cross in front of Sharif.
It was a great cross, though. Very positive football. Fernandez got an opportunity to score his 2nd goal of the game here, right on half-time. There won't be time for anything else after this.
Fernandez puts it in, straight down the middle for his 2nd goal. So what a great response from both teams. Each time they've gone behind, they've come back to equalise. To Fernandez with 2 goals. Penalty comfortably put away. So make it 2-2 between Leicester City and Newcastle United. Joshua Paya scoring the first for Leicester City and Alexandru Pascanu the 2nd for the Midland team. So Newcastle United 2, Leicester City 2. Very even, these 2 sides, and clearly both want to go through to this final, and such positivity in the way they play.
Difficult one to call for the 2nd half, got to say. Both teams got players that they can bring on. There's been a positive approach, which is what we want to see. There's goals. It's not cagey at all. Thoroughly enjoying this game. As you say, Newcastle went 1-up, Leicester got back straight away, and they went ahead. Newcastle got back almost immediately.
And no doubt about the penalty decision either. That was a clear impeding of Fernandez. It was, he had a clear opportunity.
But a good decision by the referee. We've not always seen them given this weekend, so good decision. But we haven't in other games this weekend, Peter. We've seen goalkeepers come out of their goal as a playmaker up to the halfway line. We haven't seen that in this game at all. Neither goalkeeper seems interested in doing anything more than playing the ball out from their box. A lot more traditional in the approach.
With these 2 teams, they like to leave a striker up, and that stretches the game, and that doesn't allow the goalkeeper to venture too far upfield. So Leicester City in possession, get this 2nd half started. 2-2 Newcastle United and Leicester City for place in the main competition final. Look over the top, that'll go all the way through to the goalkeeper. It does. collects that easily. Rolls the ball out. Put it back to Charman. Nathan Harker. Slightly more advanced than we've seen him. Some caginess at the beginning of this second half. Fernandez. He's been highly influential this weekend. That's not very clever from Harker. His team have got him out of jail, but he's given away a free kick. Quite surprised to see that, to be honest. Now he was much more sensible in the first half of this half.
We talked about it. It hasn't been particularly effective. Rash challenge. Yeah, stay in your box, son.
So Leicester City. Sam Hughes. Josh Knight. Gives away possession. Newcastle and Brighton have got no one forward. Campbell now is getting forward. Charman. He has Barlaser supporting him, but he's gone for Campbell. Good defending from Sam Hughes. Second half substitute. Just does what he needed to do. And Campbell gives away the goal kick.
Just couldn't get hold of the ball. Just tried to pull it onto his left foot.
Johnson. Scored. Fortunate with that, ricochet. Sapphire. Johnson. Shot on the turn. Ball back. Defending from Newcastle. Body's in the way. Johnson trying to get to the byline. Referee gives the free kick Newcastle way. Good defending from Newcastle. Protecting Nathan Harker in goal. Come out of the area. Strange how many times we've seen that this weekend.
More than normal, I would say.
Free kicks do have to come out of the area the same way as goal kicks do. Arlaser. Back to his goalkeeper. So still honours even in this game, 2-2. 2 goals from Victor Fernandez from Newcastle. And 1 each for Joshua Paya and Alexandru Ascanu for Leicester City. Still pressing Newcastle. Trying to force a mistake. We saw earlier from Harker when he ventured too far out of his goal. Fernandez. Tries 2 challenges to keep possession. Campbell. Bailey. Barlaser. Leicester City have gone back in defensive formation. Barlaser. Ball push out wide. Campbell's in the middle. If he can be found. It's Fernandez. Goes himself. Back of the goalkeeper. Fernandez once more. So he has every opportunity, takes every opportunity to go direct to goal. That's taken a little flick. Campbell just couldn't find the net round the post. In fact, that was Luke Charman.
Callum Roberts just trying to get his feet around this. Just the final ball, really. Matty Longstaff on now.
Chalmers make way. This is Longstaff. Going all the way back to Watts. Bailey. Watts. Oh, there's that. Bailey again. Bailey rather loose with that pass. Something of a Hollywood ball that didn't come off.
Yeah, Bailey's been playing right side of defence during the tournament, but he's a little bit more central today. He's getting the ball away though. Leicester coming in again. 4 minutes to go.
It's going back to Sam Hughes. Scarno and Hughes changing passes. Duku. That's a ball. That was Admiral Musqui. He's come on in the second half. He's the Zimbabwean international.
Took up a great position, didn't he? Just lost his nerve a little bit.
Scuffed that shot. Trouble with the goalkeeper.
Leicester pressing here though, Peter. They've got 3 men up front. Newcastle can just move that ball. Be dangerous.
There's plenty of space created by the pressing game of Leicester. Clearly hoping to force a mistake. And Newcastle have to turn. Campbell. Chased all the way back. Scarno just being a little bit too aggressive. Referee wants a word. He had blown the whistle. Scarno took the ball forwards as we head towards the last 2 minutes of this game. Chance has been few and far between. But his Longstaff on his left foot comes inside on his right and finishes. Matt Longstaff, second half substitute, makes it 3-2 to Newcastle against Leicester City. Could that be the goal that decides this game?
Well, a fabulous through ball, and then great composure by Matty Longstaff, just to pull the ball back onto his right foot. He's delighted to get that one. 3-2 Newcastle, less than 2 minutes to go. But we've seen Leicester come back. The goal down earlier in the game, almost immediately.
They are committing men forward. Johnson gets this going again to Scarno. It's a quickly taken free kick. Made the difference. Longstaff still have work to do. Move the ball from his left foot to his right foot and then beat the keeper. As we head towards the last minute of this game. Still desperate to get hold of the ball at the moment. He can't, but given away. Leicester with Apaya. Josh Apaya forced onto his left foot and does find that equaliser. And celebrates in expansive style. Josh Apaya being forced away from goal, but still just managed to get that shot off early, down into the corner.
He hit it with enough power for it to go in. Nathan Harker got a hand to it. There was too much on it, and a great celebration to go with it. And Leicester have indeed come back into this game 3-3. Oh, Newcastle looking at another sudden death 4v4 of the day.
As we head into the last few seconds. It's been significant in this game how quickly the replies have come when one team has got ahead. On each occasion, within less than a minute, the equaliser has been conjured up. And there is the end of normal time. Newcastle United 3, Leicester City 3. And what a fantastic game of football that was. I mean, it's a cliche, but end-to-end stuff.
End-to-end stuff. Great entertainment here in the stadium for everyone watching at home. Exactly what you want to see. Both teams going for it. Now, this morning, 4 against 4. Newcastle put Owen Bailey in goal as last man. They had Barleza, they had Fernandez, and they had Callum Roberts as their 4. So Nathan Hoggan's taking the shirt off. See what Leicester are doing.
Yeah, the goalkeeper's taking his shirt off as well. So it's effective this morning for Newcastle. They used the same personnel. Leicester City quite possibly do the same thing in terms of giving an outfield player the goalkeeper's shirt.
Now Newcastle against Kashima this morning. Oh, there's the goal again. Great response from Leicester. Nathan Harker disappointed that he didn't save it, but as I say, there was a lot of power on it.
Harker's just leaving too much space near post.
Encouragement from Callum Roberts. Matty Longstaff thought he'd got the winner there. Now they've got it all to do.
Well, he just come on Longstaff, and certainly he made a difference going forwards, didn't he?
Absolutely. I think even is that Sam? Is that Sam Hughes going in goals, Pete, or is that still Everson on the pitch? I think that's Everson, you know.
Everson staying on now. He's wearing white shorts, so it's an outfield player. Josh Knight. Well, we have Darnell Johnson, we have Josh Pryor, and Josh Gordon for Leicester City. Ball has to bounce, Mr. Johnson. Asking for that to come back. Very important to get control of the ball from this kickoff, and Newcastle United do that. Body position very important. Try and hook your foot around it. Newcastle know what they're doing. It's very training for these players who have been playing. It's Fernandez. 40 minutes of football. Leicester City pressing, trying to get the possession they need, but they give away a corner in the process.
The ball to Roberts was excellent. He needed a ball to pull back, just for somebody to put it into the net. See a short corner here. They won't give the ball away.
Back to the goalkeeper.
Here we go.
Over here in Fernandez. Can't hit the target. He took a flick off a defender, but no, it didn't.
It looked like it, didn't it? We'll see it again. The defender did well enough to put him off. No, good decision again by the referee. Long ball though, very interesting.
Johnson, he's come off his knee.
Very strange decision from Leicester City there, Peter. Very strange.
It's a gamble, wasn't it? Johnson's trying to recover his ground.
Just relax. Start again. Build it up slowly. Use the extra man.
Fernandez.
Callum Roberts to move a little bit. A bit static.
Just trying to flick it through, and they do so. That is Callum Roberts scoring the winner. The players coming together. A bit of handbags. Leicester City very unhappy about that. Standing goalkeeper, Josh Knight, incensed by something. Nothing wrong with a goal though.
Again. Great ball by Owen Bailey. That's why you have the outfield player. Well, I'm not sure why the goalkeeper's unhappy there, because he slipped through in on Callum Roberts. We didn't see what happened afterwards. Maybe something was said. It was a defender's challenge.
It was, and he came through on Callum Roberts. But the striker was composed in his finish. And once again, Newcastle United progress through a golden goal in the 4v4. And as you mentioned, Neil, the strange decision by Leicester to go long with the possession that they had proved very costly.
A long ball over the top. I really can't understand why you would do that in that situation. Newcastle got the ball back, and it takes so much out of you when you're defending a 4x4, because you've got one man in goals, you've got 3 guys outfield, and you've got 4 players pushing on you. And in this heat, it's very difficult. And when you give the ball away like that, it's deflating. Newcastle in the final. We'll see them later. Congratulations to them. Good weekend for Leicester City as well. Very positive. They'll be disappointed, but hopefully not too downbeat.
So we now move to the second semi-final to see who will face Newcastle in the final of this year's competition. And we have Rangers from Scotland against Cagliari Calcio from Serie A in Italy. And Rangers are playing in their blue shirts and white shorts. Cagliari in their white shirts and black shorts. Cagliari, a revelation this year. Went through the learning process in 2017 and didn't progress too far in the main competition, but this year now into the semi-final. And Rangers have acquitted themselves very well, winning their group yesterday. Should be a fairly even contest.
Been very impressed with Rangers, got to say, this weekend. Cagliari as well, much better than last year. Pleasant surprise.
Given away right in front of the referee. Penalised.
Martin Atkinson will be going on holiday, I dare say, after this, and he's already got a nice tan before he goes. Plenty of sunshine this weekend.
Experienced referee that Martin Atkinson is. You see him doing an awful lot of running. Possession. Would have not gone out. Kitchee. Yeah, takes the return. It's Master first challenge. Rangers able to get a foot in. Shepherded out. Will be Bologna to take the throw in. He does. Kitchee. Yeah. He's pressured off the ball. Palmer comes away with it, and he's got Bird up in front of him. Good defending though. Just forcing Bird to try and come back inside. Cagliari survived that threat. Bird certainly being one to watch this weekend. Foul on Pinner. Scored in the quarter-final this morning. Simeone Pinner. Chiocci. Chiocci. Giuseppe Chiocci goes long, all over the top, hit the back of Stefano Rui. Corner is won by Cagliari. It's knocked in. All the way across the goal, but Rangers will come away with the ball. It's been of space here. He was looking for a long ball, but there's no one there. Palmer. Oh, Jonas. Bradley. Jonas. His first visit to the Sevens tournament. One of the more senior players in the Rangers lineup. Takes responsibility for penalties. It's Palmer. He's turned his defender. Can't find Liam Burt though. Come away with the ball. Comfortable at the back, Cagliari.
Very different to the other semi-final so far, hasn't it? Big cagey start. I think we were 1-1 or even 2-1 by this stage. The Leicester Newcastle game. Different approach by both teams.
All over the top. Very difficult for Ryu to get on the end of that. So the angle that presented for the shot was extremely difficult for him. Jonas through to Palmer. Didn't make its way to the boot of the Rangers player. Somewhat incident-free start to this game. Certainly defensively, both teams coping with what's being thrown at them. She goes long once more. Seems to be a tactic. Pennington underneath it. Two Rangers defenders though. Palmer. Out wide. By Jonas. Thompson. Hasn't seen too much of the ball. Bradley. Palmer. Once more. The Italian defence standing firm. Often you hear that.
We'll see them in the World Cup this year, will we, Italy?
Yes, and I do think they will be missed. I do think they will be missed. That is a shame. But the ball breaks. Pennington. He's gone past the defender. With his left foot, yes he will.
What a goal.
Nicholas Pennington had plenty of work to do when that ball broke to him. Still had a defender to beat, two getting back to support, but Nicholas Pennington opened the scoring for Cagliari.
Great speed
1-0 against Rangers.
Great speed and strength, straight through the middle, but he still had a lot to do as he slotted it into the bottom corner. Started with a mistake by Rangers, but he had a lot to do. He's ran 3/4 of the length of the pitch there, into the box. It's one of the best goals this weekend so far.
It's Pennington, the captain of the Italian team. It's a scoring. Has an Italian mother and Australian father. Rangers hoping to respond very quickly. Kelly denied. Coming away with the ball, they're getting a deflection. No, it is in fact a Rangers throw. Stephen Kelly trying to get back to deny Pennington the opportunity to shoot.
.45 seconds to go. Rangers would like a goal now. They'll not get it like that.
It's gone out for a Rangers throw, as we do near the end of the first half. Italians look for their lead. Great to see them back here for a second year. Putting on a good show. Rangers at this moment able to do anything. Do win a corner. Points to the corner. Only a few seconds left, so they do need to hurry up and get this ball into play. Too much time added on. Bradley on his left foot. He does try that shot. Martin Atkinson blows the whistle for the end of the first half.
It was the right decision, Peter. There was only a second or two left. Good time management from Rangers. They knew what was happening. Certainly not out of the game, in my view. Maybe not quite as dynamic as we've seen them over the weekend. See what can be discussed at half-time. Maybe tweak it a little bit. We'll have to come out a little bit stronger in the second half. Seba, Cagliari probably deserving of the lead.
I would agree with that. I think certainly the quality of the goal scored by Pennington deserved to keep his team ahead. There has been plenty of industry from the Scottish team, and Liam Burt always makes himself a nuisance in any defence, but he hasn't really been able to be released. Rangers do have Andrew Dallas on the bench, and he is a striker. We've seen him scoring yesterday, so he would be an interesting introduction into this game. But certainly, Cagliari are solid at the back. Kiyoshi not really having to make a major save. Carl Bradley with the last shot of that first half couldn't find the target. Maybe water being taken on.
I don't think Rangers really got going until Cagliari had scored their goal.
That is quite often the case, though. Because there is so little time, even in these 10-minute halves, you still have a very short window to get yourself back in, so you need to change the tactics. You've got to be more attacking.
Absolutely.
So Rangers will get us restarted.
Rangers have been playing with three at the back, but you need at least one of them to make that move when they've got the ball, so that they can push on. And they have changed it. They put the big man up front, Peter.
So we do indeed see the introduction of Andrew Dallas. Very positive. His first touch has let him down a bit. Gives away a free kick. Cagliari will take their time over this. Giuseppe Kiyoshi puts the ball up. They're wasted though. Burt keeps it in. Not sure what's going on there. And finally does go out. It will be a Cagliari throw-in.
It came down with snow on, and in this heat, that means it went up a long way.
Final into this semi-final of the cup main competition. But wrestled off the ball, but illegally, says Martin Atkinson. Tugged back. Free kick in a dangerous position. Taken quickly. chips it over to the far post. But, difficult ball for that to be controlled and possession kept far too high.
Almost wanted somebody to peel off wide on the side where the defender was with the ball. No options for him. Played it long. They've got the ball back now though.
It's Thompson. He shoots from way out. The ball does look to have gone out. Indeed it has. Free has given a corner. Thompson trying his luck. Deep corner. And another one conceded. This time from the other side. Too many corners are thrown into the box. Sevens. Short corner taken that time.
Looks a strong player, Pennington, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. Saw Bar Jonas off the ball and won the free kick. Launched upfield. Thompson underneath it. Pennington. Yeah. There's a yellow card coming out for that. It's clumsy. That's Cameron Palmer going into the referee's book.
Style of the tackle. Not to the liking of the referee. It's often difficult to tell how bad an Italian player is when they get tackled like that.
I don't think there's too much doubt about the nature of that challenge right in front of the referee. A straightforward yellow card decision for Martin Atkinson. Rangers attack. Still 1 goal down. Plenty of time left in the second half. Backed away. Still 3 Rangers players, which does include the goalkeeper in their half. Going to have to be perhaps a little bit more adventurous. Free kick. Dallas was bundled over, this time winning the free kick. It was taken short last time.
Rangers have had a lot of possession in this second half. Still yet to make it count. It's very difficult to spend 10 minutes in your own half though, Peter. Only a slender lead at 1-0.
This is a distance for a shot, which is tried. Went in low and ricocheted off a defender.
It was one of those that could go anywhere, wasn't it?
Trying his luck rather than knowing what he was doing. Another shot from outside the area, and this time he does know what he's doing. That was Carl Bradley. Beautifully struck with his right foot. That was a well-taken goal.
Fantastic strike with his right foot. Keeper never moved, did he? Top corner. That's what Rangers needed. Cagliari were defending in numbers in the box. It was always going to be a shot from distance, but you had to hit the target, and they did. Interesting last 5 minutes now.
Taking down the left-hand side. Stefano Rui. He's turned the defender and he's gone into the box. Does he have someone there? He does. Pennington denied a second. Rangers match defence, getting bodies in the way. Pennington perhaps needed to take that first time rather than taking a touch. That is Pennington. Rui calls all the problems by getting past his defender, doesn't that time. Ball hacked upfield. Let's go, Oliveira. Has played first team for Cagliari. The more experienced players. Back. Down goes Rui. Rui just asked him to get back up on his feet. Doing there. Rangers will certainly be buoyed by that Carl Bradley goal. It's in the middle. Oh, but it's Cagliari breaking. Kitchee. He's closed down. He's gone past one, but not two. Away you go, says the referee. Possession given back very cheaply. Not quite sure what Rangers were thinking there. Themselves back under pressure. There's a break there. Roy going past the defender. The ball bundled off a Rangers defender for a Cagliari corner.
Some interesting decisions that last minute or so, wasn't there?
Perhaps hoping to catch the goalkeeper off his line, but that wasn't happening all the way through to Aidan McAdams.
Rangers keeper's not really had a lot to do, Peter, has he? He's picked the ball out of the net once, that's about it.
Yeah, it's all been Rangers in terms of the attacking football. Most of the possession. They're in the Cagliari box again. Dallas seeing his shot ricochet back out. Rangers are still in possession. Houston. Takes the ball in. Thompson. Into the last minute. Normal time. Houston again. And the ball across the face. Just too high at the back for Andrew Dallas.
Wasn't a bad cross, was it? Good idea.
Houston did that one high, missing out the goalkeeper.
Time for one last chance, do you think?
30 seconds left on the clock. Throw given away. Came off Peachy. A few seconds left. Last chance for Rangers. Right towards the back. Houston will keep it in. And there's Dallas. Kitchee did ever so well. There's a bit of contact in the area. Dallas was certainly committed. The yellow card comes out for the Cagliari player. Dallas certainly committed the original foul. Kitchee's down on the floor.
Let's have a look at this.
Out by Mr.
There's been a controversy he's had all weekend, really, Peter. He's not had a lot of action to deal with in the games that he's had that I can remember.
But he will be blowing his whistle once this game restarts.
Yeah. Another golden goal, hopefully.
So we're willing to time added on, and there indeed is the final whistle. Very even game, ending 1 each. Scoring opened by Nicholas Pilkington for Cagliari Calcio. And Carl Bradley with a long-range shot, equaling for Rangers in the second half. And we have to say, 2 goals of the highest quality, racing a very competitive game between Glasgow Rangers and the Italians from Serie A, Cagliari Calcio. So as full time has been called and the teams are level, we now will move to the golden goal 4v4. Here you see the ball headed back across, and Dallas just unable to keep his header down, and he was competing, well, unfairly in terms of giving away a free kick, but there was nothing aggressive in that. But the Italian defenders didn't like it too much. They reacted. But full time has been called. So Cagliari and Rangers will now be selecting their 4 to play sudden death playoff. Certainly Rangers have swapped an outfield player for the goalkeeper.
Cagliari have too. Both have swapped.
Both have swapped.
I thought we might see Pennington in this, but he doesn't look like he's coming back out. Is he going for the technical, speedy players? Pennington did show a good turn of pace for the goal.
Dallas is a bit fresher than the rest of the players, and they come on as a second half substitute. Ball must bounce. So that's Martin Atkinson. He does it quickly.
Not the easiest of bounces, was it?
He did make that difficult, didn't he?
He certainly didn't drop the ball.
That's Aussie rules football, isn't it? But the game is underway. 4v4. Balocchia is in possession. As the goalkeeper, who will shoot.
Oh dear.
That knocks it wide.
Well, we've talked about this before in other 4 against 4s earlier in the day. You'll see the Rangers keeper coming up here. They've done this many times before. I'd be very surprised if Rangers have a speculative shot like that. You've got to be patient, says he.
There you see.
Wow.
They both want to get it over with, don't they?
They've not read the script, Peter. They've not read the script. It's wasteful. A big pitch, 4 against 4. Why would you shoot from that distance? Here we go, look. Rush of blood. Take your time. You've got 4 minutes.
Houston, another one of the second half substitutes.
Even Dallas here, he's wasting energy. He needs to just get back, protect the front of the box.
Balocchia shoots. Testing the goalkeeper for Rangers, who's equal to it, pushes it round the post.
A corner in 4 against 4. Wow, we're seeing it all. Good save.
That was a great shot on the turn. Very competitive from both players. Ball back in play. Yeah. And he's going across the goal. Flicked off the bar. That's Dallas collecting the early ball. In fact, this is the ball was meant for Dallas, but it was intercepted. So the long shot goes wide.
Coaches must be pulling their hair out here.
So little patience.
I can't recall such naivety in this sort of situation.
Far generous.
Just to make that extra man count.
So he's shooting away again from outside the box, and we have the same result. Getting towards the final minute of this last 4 minutes, and if scores are even, we will go to penalties. Clearly neither team wants to take it at penalties. They are aggressively shooting. Balocchia showing good movement there, and they got men over. This is a great interception from the goalkeeper. And it's now 2-on-1. Gray is in support from Dallas. There is Gray, left-footed. That is the goal that decides this game. Scott Gray they came from all the way back. Great energy. You could tell he hadn't played 20 minutes of football. So Rangers will progress to the final, where they will play Newcastle United. Scotland versus England in the final of the 2018 Soccer Sevens here at the Hong Kong Football Club. So we have all the finals to look forward to. And we will take now a short break and see you in about half an hour.
What's up?
Junior or is that senior?
Hello, mate.
So slow with the bloody. And thank you for joining us again at the Hong Kong Football Club. This is the finals section for the 2018 edition of the Citi Soccer Sevens here at Happy Valley in Hong Kong. And the crowd are actually really busy enjoying themselves. There's been plenty of fun with the juniors and also some excellent entertainment from the qualifying rounds to bring us to these finals. And the first of those finals, that will be the main competition plate, will be between Newcastle Jets from the A-League in Australia, and they will be playing against the Yao Yi League Select, a collection of the best local players from the Yao Yi League, the top amateur league here in Hong Kong. Regular attenders at this event. Newcastle Jets here for the first time, and Newcastle